Now, this is a classic red versus blue scenario, as you can see from their jerseys.
It's an intercontinental confrontation, Klaus, as these clans prepare to bring devastation in 3 stars to their opponents, leaving them heads hung low as they walk away. Or at least try.
That's always the plan, right? I mean, send your opponents home crying, packing, ready to just give up on the game. But no, these guys, they're all so very focused. And again, you know, with and it's interesting because, again, meeting with Quebec Fury and getting to know them a little better, they seemed a little more relaxed than Top of Japan, as if they were like, you know, maybe coming in more confident, but maybe they just weren't as worried.
Yeah, it's interesting. Confident and relaxed, or confident and focused. Each clan has a slightly different approach, and here again, a different approach to a base. Takana from Top of Japan, one of the first times we've seen a town hall completely exposed, no walls around it, but check out the pair of expos right there.
Wow. All right, so this is, like you said, the first base where we have seen a town hall without any walls completely surrounding it, so you could technically walk a hero in there and take out that town hall. But remember, we've mentioned this before, maybe not hammered down on it today, but we're seeing metas from multiple different countries around the world, and apparently base design is different from one country to the other.
Yep,
so
the metas.
This is really exciting to see, and I'm also really interested to see how Bulldog responds to the base because it is so different.
Yes, exactly. I call this base exposed, but expos. But those expos are down as the witches are moving in after that town hall. The Lava Hound out on defense trying to hunt units down. The healer's in as well, and there's your Ward's ability. First star as the town hall goes down. That's a lot of skeletons working right now, Klaus.
This is basically a mass witch attack. I mean, if you look at how many witches, and even more impressive, how many skeletons are in this attack right now. I mean, everybody's leading in now with just actually pretty good precision, all things considered, with generally speaking, all of these skeletons from the witch kind of veering off from one way or the other. But fortunately, he's also got the bats to help out with the funnel, because notice all the buildings inside of this section, they're all defenses.
Yep, and watch those bats move in as the multi-target Inferno is distracted by the troops, and the freeze spell is on that wizard tower that goes down. The bats continue to move through. Bulldog had a 53% in his first attack today, right now at 51. Just lost the last bats to that next wizard tower right there, and you can hear Top of Japan pretty happy about how that base is defending right now. 58%. He's going to pick up a lot more percentage, but it looks like the 3 star is a tall order right now, Klaus.
You gotta wonder. I mean, you start an attack and you're thinking, okay, I'm gonna bring 20 witches, or however many there were. There was a whole
lot of witches.
But you're attacking a base that has a lot of multi-targeting Infernos, and those two don't seem to go together. So I'm wondering where the decision-making comes in as to what strategy they want to use.
Right, well, you'll notice the remaining Inferno is just the single, so kind of thinking that that might have been on the back end of this attack a little bit later on. Now, surprisingly, though, the witch is pretty much gone, and it's up to the Archer Queen. She's already used her ability, so that means she is short-lived right here.
She's barely surviving, unfortunately. That mortar with the unfortunate shot taking her down. Now with some clever archers stomping and poison.
Check out
and a
that poison spell.
Because, you know, that's the best way to take out a barracks.
How much of a damage buff does that give? Oh, that's right. It's exactly 0%.
Yes, and when you multiply something by, or add 0%, nothing happens. I think if you multiply by 0, never mind, no math today.
Right. But the archers will get a couple more structures down as time starts to run out, and Bulldog definitely making a huge improvement over his earlier attack with, looks like it's going to be 76% 2 star.
And 76 is definitely no small number. We're happy for Bulldog, but we're looking for those 3 stars, and we unfortunately just did not see one there today. We got to get Quebec Fury in there. They need some triples to advance. Are they going to be able to pull it off there?
Well, again, let's take a look at Exposed but Expos, the base that defended, and definitely Top of Japan putting up unusual bases. Happy with the way this one performed. I think that, you know, it's funny, on both sides you can be happy about that. I mean, a 74 2 star is good, but holding your opponents off the triple, always good for the defender.
Sturden playing up for the camera. I love that. He's acting like he's surprised. Oh, wait, there's a camera in my face. No, there's like 20 cameras in your face, my friend, and he's playing it up. He seems, at least he's acting like he's calm. You know, he may have a few butterflies or, you know, some flutters going on, but for the most part, he looks like he is ready to go, and he's actually the one attacking here.
All right, so Sturden from Top of Japan going after a hot base, and check out the single target Inferno right next to the Town Hall there, Klaus.
a hot base. That's right. So Stardom starting off this attack with a few of those free buildings. Notice that lucky minion way out there on the right, taking up that army camp at that exact moment. We got a giant leading in with some bowlers to try to get some funneling. Of course, he didn't know that those Teslas are there, so that might just throw off that queen walk here.
Yeah, and this is an interesting approach to what is Queen Charge Minor, one of my personal favorite attacks, but look at where the queen is. Absolute opposite side of the town hall, and the other funneling happening at the 6 o'clock portion of the base.
Man, that is very gutsy indeed to be throwing down your queen walk on the exact opposite side of the base. But he's got miners, and those, I don't want to say they're a safe attack. I mean, generally speaking, we don't see them all die. We do see a time issue whenever you see a miner attack. But just the fact that they have to get the 2-star to be competitive, and starting from the opposite side, it just shows he's got confidence.
Good point, Klaus. Let's watch the timer. That clock goes under 2 minutes as the Barbarian Kings face off right there. And the offensive king takes the lead. He's going to win. Now the wall wrecker moving down with the queen. So maybe we're starting to get a look at where the miners are going to go in. Like you said, maybe right at that town hall, Klaus.
Oh, I was watching that queen walk. That was really, really close. But fortunately, she survives that. He dropped the rage just in time. Then he got the queen walk's ability, or the queen's ability, just in time. And
here they come.
Those players yelling at each other.
Yep, and here they come, just like predicted, at the town hall on the left-hand side about clock. Big groups of miners moving right in. They're going to easily overwhelm that single target Inferno, take down that town hall, Klaus.
You know, I think Stardom planned this. The Eagle Artillery was hammering down on that P.e.k.a. forever, saving the miners for the entire attack. The miners are all good to go. They are at 100%. Now they're going to be able to just go around the space counterclockwise, and hopefully this queen can dive in and get some stuff out of the core.
They ducked the Gigabomb. The queen is back up to full. Look at the rage spell there. There's a P.e.k.a. in there as well. That is going to be a massive amount of damage coming from that group in the middle. And those miners soaking up another heal spell. Every single miner in there, Klaus. And he's got another heal spell left. This is looking amazing right now.
Again, like I said, we're going to be seeing potentially a 3-star here, but is there enough time?
40 seconds. Come on, miners.
It's going to be a
queen through
really,
the wall.
really close attack. I mean, with that queen walk, guys, with that queen walk, there is a lot of potential for a 3-star here. The air defense goes down. The miners are skirting through this base. Is there enough time? The troops are still alive. That last heal spell keeping them up.
20 seconds.
It's looking confident, guys. It's looking good. Look at that ice golem around the top, too. There's backup just in case, but no, I think it is definitely going to be a 3-star.
Top of Japan pulling it off right there. Big celebration from those guys. Absolutely awesome to watch. Congratulations. Beautiful 3-star from Top of Japan, pulling them into the lead early. And I'm telling you, this is why my favorite attack in this game is Queen Charge Minor. To watch attacks like this executed and to take down every single structure like that and have so many miners left, Klaus. Did you see that? There was enough miners to dig a hole to mine platinum and gold and silver, and they could have kept going for days.
They could have dug all the way down to Japan.
They could have. But you know what else just got dug out? A 3-star backstage by Dark Looters, by none other than Boom. He just tripled again, Klaus.
That's the second 3-star. Oh,
unbelievable back there. That guy, Boom, he is absolutely living up to his name. We definitely want to talk to him a little bit later, but right now, Quebec Fury Gus for Prez trying to come back with a triple, because Top of Japan performing just like they expected.
3 stars on both the on-air war and in the backstage. This is good. We're excited. There's a lot going on now in the attack from Gus for Prez. Quebec Fury need to respond now with another 3-star, because they're at a distinct disadvantage right now going forward in this attack.
Top of Japan still chatted up over there. They are so pumped from that last attack. You can tell that there is a huge amount of momentum right now on their side, because they are just chattering over there, very excited about that last attack. And you know what? It's great to see. They're excited to watch their bases defend, Klaus. They have extreme pride in these base designs.
You're so right. I was wondering, what are they yelling about over there? It's their defense, because they know that their base designs are solid, and that is so fun to watch. If anybody wants to base, this one might be one you want to look at.
Well, check out the 3 remaining Wizard Towers are laughing at those bats right now, but a great job to grab the 2nd star. Gus for Prez still moving forward. Check out the healer right here. It's locked onto some of the P.e.k.kas, and now maybe trying to save the king?
That's definitely a possibility, but with that Eagle Artillery going down, boom! boom, the king goes down. And with that, really all hope of a 3-star. I mean, yeah, there's still a p.e.k.a.
And those healers really wanted to help that king out, Klaus, desperately. But again, I think that Gus desperately wanted to get that Eagle artillery down earlier. And that, again, we've seen this repeatedly today, Klaus. If you got an Eagle up late in an attack, this game is completely different than it was before Town Hall 12. Before the Eagle, it was just, I'm sorry, before Town Hall 11, it was crazy. I mean, you remember those days when you used to be able to clean up an attack, the last few units, you drop them out and hit 50%. Nowadays, if the Eagle's standing, you have no chance at that. A poor archer, she cannot stand the focus of even one of those Eagle shells.
And you touched on something that's really important. It's like you have really, really high importance buildings that you have to get down in these attacks as quickly as you possibly can. For instance, the Town Hall, because Giga Tesla, because stars, right? You also have to get the Eagle artillery because of its unlimited range and crazy damage that it does, and splash damage. It does a lot of things.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, you have the enemy queen and king, who both do a ton of damage as well. So you've got to get in there and take those out as fast as you possibly can.
Yeah, there's a huge checklist when you're running these queen charge style attacks, and usually right at the top of that list, defensive clan castle, archer queen, and Eagle artillery. Like we've talked about, it's not always critical that you get the Eagle early if you're going to be getting it with a sweeping in of, say, miners or hog riders. But if they're not going to get to it at the beginning of that phase of the attack, you're in for a lot of trouble.
Speaking of in for a lot of trouble, Toto, I hear one of the best attackers from top of Japan, actually attacking now Gus for Prez. You think he's going for that triple? You know he's going for that triple because he wants to put his clan in an amazing position, and you're right.
Could they possibly repeat the first war double triple from Dark Looters, the 6 stars and 2 attacks? You know that Toto's planning it. You know that he has as much experience as anybody out here right now because he's been on this stage before. He competed with Blaze JP last month. He's back, so that not only proves his experience, but also improves his skill, the ability to qualify twice in 2 months.
And from 2 different clans, too. We don't want to forget that. Like, that definitely shows that he rolls in the right circle. You know, he gets it done, but also he's able to compete at any level with any kind of combination of teammates. And speaking of combinations, look at that. We're going to get another set of Ice Baby. 2 Ice Golems and a Baby Dragon in that clan castle. We were just raving and ranting yesterday about how that doesn't exist anymore, but boom. There it is.
It still is going to cause a pretty significant stall, and I think that these players are mixing it up a little bit. Quebec Fury, that's still their favorite. Everybody else, almost everybody else, using the Lava Hounds.
And that's interesting to note, too. So I'd like to see, like, which clan castles are the ones that are moving on to the playoffs using, which ones are the ones that aren't moving on using, because that really matters here in just the round robin.
That's true. Check out the Barb King on the top of the screen. Notice how it's distracting those ground targeting defenses. The cannon, the Tesla, and the Archer Tower as the miners moved in to take down the Town Hall.
Absolutely, and also it's a funnel. It keeps those miners nice and focused. That queen breaking through the wall to get the Eagle artillery, that was huge. And now we have the heal over the miners. Unfortunately, there's a lot of base left, but with that queen walk still alive and that queen special ability, we're looking like we're in a pretty good position.
And a Valkyrie, you've got a minion, you've got 5 archers. Again, the queen ability, there is a freeze spell right there. Trying to get that Inferno Tower down, that's going to be a key defense.
Absolutely. Now with that queen leading in, there's really not a lot of high damage or high splash damage troops anymore, but there's enough point defenses and not enough miners that it looks like they are all now died out. Can this queen by herself, with the help of a couple of troops on the outside, can they get this 3-star done? It looks like the pathing may be just the only major issue here.
Yeah, and those walls and little pesky things like that air defense way out on the right-hand side. Just too many walls for the Archer Queen to get through. A beautiful attack. Toto's going to definitely grab over 90% here, but man, he just doesn't quite have the time.
Okay, that minion that just snuck in right there, taking out that cannon, my favorite troop right now.
I'm telling you right now,
that minion, that is intelligence and deployment, but that's also knowing the game. Fortunately, there was no air bomb there, though.
That's true. Got to take that risk, and it's going to get him a little bit closer, but once again, final seconds countdown with the queen on a wall. 90, looks like 90% 2-star from Toto.
Can't ask for a whole lot better, though. I mean, 90%, only a few buildings left. And, you know, with an attack that close, you know that one little tweak that probably our telestrator guy is going to be able to figure out for us could have been easily a triple.
Talking about the tweaks that's necessary, Dark Looters, they're currently leading in the back with 5 stars after only 2 attacks. Once again, the triple from them. It seems like they just got a bunch of them with them in their luggage, and they're giving them out 3 stars here, there, everywhere.
You take a 3-star. You take a 3-star.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's anybody here that wants to receive one, but the Dark Looters definitely handing them out like Halloween candy. Where's a Zombie Doom when you need him, huh?
I know, right? Candy. All right.
The top of Japan also with Stardom with that 3-star to start things off, showing they have their own potential. And now we've got Backdraft from Quebec Fury going after, well, this is similar to the Exposed but Expo base, but not quite the same.
It is very similar. Interesting. So it looks like Backdraft will be leading in this attack with the Wall Wrecker clearly to get into that Town Hall as quickly as possible. So hey, securing that 1-star, that is definitely respectable. But let's look at the rest of the attack with several P.e.k.a, multiple bowlers, and some healers. We're seeing another P.e.k.a smash, but this one's a little bit different.
Or perhaps P.e.k.a Bow Bat, Klaus. Check out the 5 bat spells we'll be seeing in a few seconds here. So Backdraft bringing 5 bat spells to come in a little bit later. So let's watch for the occupation or distraction of those splash defenses like Wizard Towers, multi-target Infernos, and just see if we can have a little more success than we saw earlier with the bats.
Oh, good timing with that Grand Warden's ability too. That Clan Castle now coming out. Everybody's under protection. We like to see that. And if we can get all those troops in on that Eagle Artillery very, very quickly and up to that Queen, that's a mistake in the base design. If you put your Queen next to the Eagle, the troops go toward that Queen. So this is looking really good so far.
Well, the bats come in at the bottom. Great freeze spell right there. Got through the Wizard Tower, got through the multi-target Inferno right there. They're moving on, but no more freeze spells, and that Wizard Tower on the right-hand side is going to stop the bats from getting much further. But we're past the 2nd star, Klaus.
That's right. So with 2 stars in the books, they're glad, they're happy with that. That's what you need to stay in the war, but they need some triples to be able to move on to the playoffs here on Sunday. So what are we going to see? We're seeing very few troops still alive, which is interesting because the healers have been with the troops pretty much the entire time now.
Yeah, that they definitely have. And on the right-hand side, you can see the cleanup troops getting wiped out there. Maybe those bats not quite getting as far as Backdraft had hoped. But the Archer Queen's still doing a great job, and she's got plenty of range to take out that Inferno Tower next.
And she still has her Queen ability. So, you know, if she breaks into this little compartment and not go out, nope, she's going to go outside. I was going to say, if she breaks in and gets this cannon in the Wizard Tower and Expo and all that, then this is looking really, really good. But she chose to go around, and she cannot hit that cannon or that Expo from the outside. So even with, I think, tons of time,
it looks
like it's probably going to fall just a little bit short.
Would not be surprised to see a 90+ right here as the healer's working on the Warden now instead of the Archer Queen. King's tanking ability is about to end as he's down. A couple P.e.k.a are still out in front. 85%, but you're right, Klaus. Watch out for that Expo behind 2 layers of walls. That's going to be a tough call.
You know, it's unfortunate. If you could choose which troops or healers lock onto, this would have went a lot differently because
a lot of time left, though, Klaus. 30 points. P.e.k.a.s are going to blast just about one-shotting those buildings.
I can't even breathe right now. I can't tell what's going to happen. And, ooh, yes. All right. So the Warden goes down, unfortunately. He's got a long range, but now the Queen should stay alive as the Expo has locked onto the healers, and now the P.e.k.a are going to come get her through that wall. Is this going to be the 3-star?
Through the wall. Here comes the Archer Queen.
It's going to be it. 3. Oh, wow. Look at the time. Just got it. 3, 2, 1. 3-star!
Backdraft picking up the 3-star, and with the use of the P.e.k.a.s at the end to get through the wall more quickly than an Archer Queen ever could. Those wall breakers got the Archer Queen in, and Backdraft picks up the first 3-star for Quebec Fury.
And you know, we really, really needed it. His entire team went completely ballistic after the 3-star. They needed it to get ahead, to move on to the playoffs tomorrow, and to compete here against top of Japan. So we're happy Japan is going to be responding.
Oh, it was great to see. I know that Quebec Fury was a little bit frustrated in the first war because these guys are known as 3-star attackers. So to see them come out like this and drop that triple, beautiful action right there at the end. Klaus, we had our doubts. We thought that maybe there was going to be a run out of time there, but you got to remember how quickly P.e.k.a.s get through walls. Man, they made all the difference at the end of that attack.
It's easy to forget because the P.e.k.a have only recently
triple, beautiful action right there at the end. Klaus, we had our doubts. We thought that maybe there was going to be a run out of time there, but you got to remember how quickly P.e.k.a.s get through walls. Man, they made all the difference at the end of that attack.
It's easy to forget because the p.e.k.a. have only recently re-entered the war scene, but yes, they do a ton of damage and they've got a ton of health. So they get a lot more done than you're expecting them to. And it's quite refreshing seeing some new troops showing up in these, especially the top-level war scene like we're seeing here.
I love it. Almost every troop in the game now is being used in some form, way, shape, or form. And now it looks like we are seeing a more traditional p.e.k.a. smash from Ayase from top of Japan.
I would love to see more barbarians in war.
That's a good point.
See a lot of
probably
archers.
the one you see the least.
Yeah, we don't see any barbarians, which is funny because it's kind of like the face of the game. So, you know, Supercell.
Good point. Good point.
Barbarians in there.
Buff the barbs. Hashtag buff the barbs. Let's give them a roll again, you know. But here we go, Archer Queen. I gotta still tell you, I'm still really liking the Gladiator Archer Queen. That helmet, the purple colors, bright like that.
Oof.
She's stuck on that wall.
You can hear it from the team. That was definitely not the plan. She was supposed to keep going, so now he's got to decide where is he going to send that Stone Slammer in. He's got a p.e.k.a. smash attack and still 2 minutes left, so he's got to make an adjustment, and that is what sets these attackers apart from most of us who, when things don't go according to plan, it's kind of like freeze, break the iPad, throw the iPad, or whatever it is that you're using.
Well, watch them for that precision drop of the poison spell, trying to catch those pups as we're about to see the pups come and then move in. Most of them get caught in the poison. One minion coming in to help out to get the pups down just a little bit more quickly. Then the Archer Queen should move on to the Barb King, and there she goes. Barb King, Builder Hut. Oh, Tesla popping up right in front.
Time is absolutely of the essence, and using that minion might have just saved the attack here. So here we go. That King starting the funnel on the very top. We got a few p.e.k.a. and it looks like he's going in with his original plan, which is good because he saw the Queen wasn't going to circle around the outside, that the Queen was actually to go into the middle. So now he can continue on with this northern deployment to get into the Town Hall and potentially keep on rolling through the space.
Yep, and the Archer Queen should get to the defensive Archer Queen right about, well, she did, but she went down quickly right there. Too many defenses plus that defending Archer Queen. And now you got your Town Hall. There comes your Stone Slammer late, Klaus.
Let's watch that Stone Slammer because there's a lot of things on that side of the base that can really do a lot of damage to that Stone Slammer, including that air defense was just founded. So what is that little Stone Slammer going to do? And likely there's balloons in there. I mean, we're seeing a lot because they need to.
Defenses.
There's your haste spell too. All right, so the balloons pop out and
oh, check out the freeze. The balloons are just missing the haste. Get in there. There they go. Move it in. More balloons on the right as well, Klaus. Lots of balloons coming in. The Eagle just went down to the bowlers in the middle.
Wow, so without any spells, though, is there enough time? We got 20 seconds, but if this attack had 15 more seconds, it could have easily been a triple. I'm not going to count them out. I've decided that's not going to happen anymore.
Have more than enough to get through this air defense at the top, but there's only 12 seconds left. There's almost a unit on every single defense, every single building that's left. No defenses, but
it's that elixir storage in the middle.
Too short.
Elixir,
right.
Yeah, that elixir storage at the bottom is going to stop everything, plus a few other buildings. That was so good. If that Queen had done exactly what he wanted, that would have easily been a 3-star because she soaked up a ton of time there on the left-hand side, breaking through that wall.
Definitely, this was absolutely a time fail, Klaus. You're dead on with that one because the Archer Queen got stalled for so long over there in that wall that completely changed the attack. Because I'm guessing that Ayase wants her to come in and join the rest of the troops' p.e.k.a. smash in through that jump spell. And then, yeah, completely different outcome because you saw the Stone Slammer at the bottom coming in to get those defenses.
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at these attackers, you'll see they love it when those troops take those healers off the Queen because they get way more value out of the healers. So you see a bunch of bowlers in the core with a rage spell and the healers, and they're almost invincible. Plus, you throw in a few p.e.k.a. and you're talking about smashing that base.
Maybe that's why it's called p.e.k.a. Smash, huh? All right, so back to
yes, Galadon, that's probably why.
p.e.k.a. Bow Bat, p.e.k.a.'s bowlers, and 6 bat spells, a clean half dozen this time, as Quebec Fury looking to put up more high percentages. In 3 attacks from top of Japan, we've seen a 90, a 96, and a 100%. Quebec Fury so far a 71, a 76, and a 100% attack.
Wow, that is an elite percentage there at hot. Actually, this attack is looking very, very good. I mean, he's had most of his bowlers go exactly the direction that he wanted them to. The Queen is following behind this wall wrecker, so she is doing a ton of damage, helping out the Lava Hound. And then we have the bats, and we got 6 bat spells coming in from that far right-hand side, helping out with the defenses on the other side of that Town Hall. Now we need to see that Town Hall to go down since we do have the 1-star already secured.
Yep. Oh, but check out the bats right on top of that frozen Town Hall. Can they get through in time? Another freeze spell. That's going to allow the bats to work a little bit longer, but there's so many hit points in that Town Hall that the freeze wore off and the bats had not gotten through yet.
Ouch, but I think that's what the bats were meant for, Galadon.
Oh,
the
check
bats.
out the Ice Golem freeze, Klaus. That was such a wide radius, and then your Town Hall goes down.
And then the bats go down from the Giga Bomb, but hey,
Man.
that's looking great. That was an amazing 2-star grab so far, and there's quite a few troops still alive.
Yeah, that was a massive radius right there of the Ice Golem. Just when you thought the bats were history, the Ice Golem pops. That freeze spell froze everything in the area. That was an amazing feature right there. Gotta love using the Ice Golem on offense, especially when you can get it to cast that freeze just when you need it most.
Well, notice how these elite players are sniggling in Ice Golems. You know, a lot of us are just like, what's the point? Like, why would I do this? But if you put in, that's what sniggle means, put in an Ice Golem into your kill squad, and when they die, they wreak so much havoc on the defenses as they get frozen. It's just incredible. And now that it has a wider radius because of the updates, it's even better.
I gotta love Ice Golem on offense. Now both clans happy about this. Top of Japan happy for holding off from the 3-star. Hot from Quebec Fury, picking up nearly 80% right here. And that is going to leave their one attacker left. Magzim is the last up for Quebec Fury. We'll see an attack from Top of Japan first, but Magzim had the best performance in the first war for Quebec Fury. They saved him to attack last this time. And again, each of these clans has put up a single 3-star attack so far in this war, so it could not be any closer.
We like to see it. We like to see the competition. He's smiling. He's happy. I mean, hey, 78% 2-star. A lot of us are seeing these and like, if it isn't a 3-star, it's not worth watching. But no, these are max Town Hall 12s. We don't want to forget that. We don't want to lose our perspective. Some of the best bases against some of the best attackers, and it seems like the balance. We're not seeing, you know, 0, 3 stars, but we're not seeing all 3 stars, and they're very special when we get to see them.
I feel like I end up saying that a lot, Klaus. I'm glad you agree. The balance of this game right now at Town Hall 12, to see the percentage of 3 stars that we're seeing is just about ideal. Remember, these players don't have the full 24 hours to study these bases. In a lot of these cases, with these special playoff formats, they have very little time at all to take a look at the base before they have to attack it.
I mean, imagine being the first one that has to attack, right?
Even
the war
less time,
starts,
exactly.
and you got like 5 minutes before you have to attack because you got somebody in your ear saying, okay, you have to attack now because the stream is waiting.
Especially tomorrow. Wait until tomorrow when the wars go that fast and there's single elimination. That's going to be crazy.
It's going to be a beatdown, but it's going to be a fun time too. I can't wait. But we can't get ahead of ourselves. We have the round robin here, and Earth attacking Backdraft with, oh, look at that. It is a P.e.k.a. smash.
One more time with 4 balloons lying in wait as well, and the Stone Slammer. So again, we're getting used to seeing that Stone Slammer late deployment. Town Hall going down for the first star. Eagle Artillery though, Klaus, it's far from taking any damage right now.
You want to know what's one of the most deadly troops against a P.e.k.a.? It's actually the Skeleton Trap. That's not a troop, but it sort of is. The Skeleton Trap is brutal against a P.e.k.a. because they're so slow and there's so many little skeletons. So whenever you see those, like one little Skeleton Trap, and people underestimate the Skeleton Trap, or most of the traps. It's like one of those can completely debilitate an attack that has so many P.e.k.a.
That's a really good point, Klaus, because it's going to slow down the P.e.k.a. while all those other defenses are firing on it. Here we go again. Late Stone Slammer moving in directly for another multi-target Inferno. So something we've seen before, and the Stone Slammer just barely still breathing before it goes down. Freeze spell made it last a little bit longer. Got to watch out for that Wizard Tower as the balloons are eventually going to close in from 2 directions and take it down.
And those balloons coming in from the left, the ground kill squad coming in from the right with that Queen Walk. Queen still has her ability, and there's some P.e.k.a. as well, so things are looking very, very good for Earth right now. Is there enough, though, for the 3-star? I mean, Queen pops her ability.
Over a minute left,
he wants
Klaus.
her to get that air defense. Get the air defense down quick. There's the air defense, and now there's only a few defenses, and that big group of balloons on the left are going to make this happen.
55 seconds left. Archer Queen still has 1 healer on her. She's going to get that defense down the cannon. She can get that Archer Tower. That's going to be it for defenses, Klaus.
And that's going to be
It's just
definitely
time.
it for the base, except I'm a little worried about the Queen. What is she doing right now? Oh, she gets stuck.
Stalled
That
on
jump
the wall.
spell
The jump spell
disappears.
expired. The jump spell expired, Klaus, and she got stalled. She turned back around. 35 seconds. P.e.k.a. at the top of the screen. Watch out, that elixir storage at the top,
Oh
Klaus.
no, but notice, there's one thing, Galadon. Look at that haste spell at the bottom.
Oh, I didn't see
Look
the
at that
haste.
haste spell at the
There's
bottom.
still a haste spell left.
There is plenty of time. Earth is going
Oh
to
my
get
gosh.
a 3-star in this attack for top of Japan and settle this once and for all.
Wow.
I think this is definitely the win. He even throws it onto the clan castle with that 3-star.
A troll haste spell as Earth rains down fire from all directions, and oh man.
I think that's the
Those
first
guys
time we've
celebrate.
seen some swag spells. I think that's the first time we've seen that
Yeah.
here in the studio, today at least. So that was unbelievable to watch.